Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Camera Tuesday, we're gonna talk about Insta360 One RS. So let's dive right into it. Now this puppy is basically Mark II of basically Insta360 One RS. That first version was R, this one RS. Now you have to understand this company as it's Insta360. The reason why they have the whole name 360 is because they started this company with focus on 360-degree camera, and they are mind-bogglingly ahead when it comes to 360. Meaning 360 is one of those things that uh, GoPro company tried to do, they did not succeed as well as they wanted to. So 360 is one of those things where they have core competency, meaning they can make a good equipment with good software, with good support, good firmware upgrade path, everything. Basically 360 is like, it's their jam, they got this. However, when they try to enter into the market of basically action cams, problem is action cam is pre-saturated, meaning there is already GoPro, there is already DJI Osmo, so it's kind of already saturated, and there are 10,000 other Chinese clones. So when they wanted to enter the market, they had to create something unique, something worthwhile. So they came up with the idea of modular action cam. However, it was their first try. So of course, first try always will be garbage. It's like Mark 1 of any product, it's always garbage. Like, it cannot be helped. It's one of those laws of engineering. So it will be garbage. However, many companies just go to Mark 2 without while ignoring the Mark 1. They did not do that. They are like taking the design of Mark 1 and polishing it, which is kind of very interesting. So basically, all this RS does is just take the customer feedback. That's it. That's all they are doing. And there are many small fixes that they are doing that you may be like, dude, that's too tiny. Why the heck you are releasing a new model for that? Here's the, in terms of usability, it's night and day. And like for example, the biggest complaint was it was overheating. Now be mindful, it overheated slower compared to GoPro, but again, people still wanted, like, we want more recording time. This is one of those issues that the only way to fix that is might as well have vapor chamber and large surface area. Your smartphone does not overheat because it has a large surface area, so all a vapor chamber has to do is take the heat from concentrated source, spread it out, it goes away. In this sort of system, it does not have enough space. And another issue is, like, they generally design in such a way that they are very robust, waterproof and all that, so they really don't have any way to dissipate it because they don't have large surface area or radiators. So the overheating was the issue. They designed a basic specific case that just helps that overheating. Then the cage was also another issue where people are like, dude, your cage is too cumbersome, too stupidly designed, where it's like frustrating to use. They fixed that. Battery was like, battery is good, but can we have better? So they are like, the base battery, they already had like, basic battery and ultra battery. They are like, what, let's throw away the basic battery and make the basic battery into a bit bigger, so it's 20% more longer lasting. So little things, all of these little things combined does justify making it into a new model. Now the core thing that has changed is the 4K boost lens, meaning this puppy 48 megapixel. That's the red marker, is the only way you can tell them apart. Now it's a 48 megapixel sensor, which is surprisingly high resolution even for smartphones. And basically you will have a smartphone which has like 108 megapixel main sensor, and then it will be like 8 megapixel. Generally it happens in mid-range, where it's really frustrating. It's like, I have this where it's like it has 2x optical zoom, but here's the, it's better for me to take a 48 megapixel full resolution photo and then zoom in. That's much better, because the 2x optical zoom in one is garbage. So this company is trying to do a really good job with 48 megapixel, and it's 1.5-inch sensor, which is huge sensor. Almost no mobile phone or smartphone, basically action cams, have bigger sensors than this. So it's really good achievement. And because again, we are kind of spoiled by now, where we are like, oh, every generation has to have higher resolution, higher frame rate, so they had to do something. So what they did is 6K widescreen cinematic mode. Now again, for select people, it's like, shut up and take my money. For other people, it's like, dude, what's the point? So that's up to you. And the one core issue they had, that HDR was good, but it was like requiring a static subject, so they specifically fine-tuned on that. And because of 48 megapixel, they have enough data to do the crunching properly for better. So basically, what does it mean? It simply means, compared to the last gen one, this will look far more relaxed, far more original rather than processed. So that's the whole point. You are getting a bit more polished output. And what about that 360 module and the 1-inch module? Those are unchanged. So if you want to buy this and you already have invested in the system, you have the 1-inch one and you have the 360 one, you can just swap them in. You do not have to worry about it. Again, you can even swap in this new camera module with the old compute module. The compute module, basically core, as they say, it will still work. You can use the old battery. Again, if you have the old camera, that simply means now you have 2 batteries. So it's a really good, basically they are pushing forward with this modular setup. So is there any improvement in the core? Absolutely. The core has one of the primary improvement is Wi-Fi is now faster. Now you may be like, wait a minute, is that a thing? Wi-Fi is a thing? Well, yes, it's a thing, simply because how many times you have used a basically DSLR, mirrorless modern one I'm talking about, and you have like tried to transfer file from like basically your SD card in your camera to your mobile phone, and you realize it's taking time, and you may be confused. It's like, dude, it has 5G, I'm saying 5 gigahertz. 5 gigahertz is ludicrously fast. Modern 5 gigahertz implementation can easily cross 100 Mbps, and while the transfer rate is so goddamn slow, it's barely like transferring at 40 or 50 Mbps, because nobody sat down. It's like all they did is like they implemented it, build the driver pipeline, build the file pipeline, and that's it. They never sat down, they never polished it, they never optimized it, never made sure like, can the file actually go there? Is there any bottleneck? Is there any choke points? Can we make it much better? Like, they did not do that. So that's why like we generally have garbage experience with the Wi-Fi networks, because again, inherently it should be super fast. It's not. And this time they focused on that. It's like people are complaining. It's like, dude, your your action cam is best used if you have a giant screen running on your mobile phone. That's awesome. Okay, how do you connect it? You connect it through Wi-Fi. If your file transfer is taking much longer, people will be frustrated. Like, here's deal for average YouTuber who's like doing reviews. That's their job. They're gonna spend time on it. But here's deal. What if I'm a guy who's going to Goa and he's like, this is my holiday. Will I be actually taking a photo and then like yeah, it's transferring the file, then I'm gonna start editing on it? It's like, no, I'm just gonna throw it away. That happens. Like, people have been there. It's like they took out their camera day one of the holiday. After day one, it's like, what, just keep it in the bag. I just want to enjoy the show. Because while you are young, you want to take photos of everything. Once you are old enough, you're like, dude, I just want to have a good time. So saving that time is precious. So in this scenario, better Wi-Fi equals good user experience, much faster interface. Again, Mark II obviously generally is better. Boot time is also faster, and it also has live 2x digital zoom while recording videos. So if you're recording video, you see something interesting, you can zoom in. 48 megapixel does allow to have good zoom in without too much garbage, and better onboard audio. Now it's not day and night difference, but it is tangibly better in terms of active noise cancellation is tangibly better, because now instead of having 2 microphones, it has 3 microphones. So you get that, like all of those little things which make your life much easier, they have implemented on this. So why I'm making this video? Well, one simple reason, it's a good thing. This is the first time I'm seeing a camera company that has just started out and they are directly listening to customer feedback. The primary reason why Canon sucks, the primary reason why Sony sucks, the primary reason why Nikon sucks, and why all three are like, hey dude, our camera sales are not going up, is because all of them are garbage. All of them are like, what if we hurt the customer? What if we F the customer? I'm like, dude, customer are the one who's paying you. If you keep pissing us off, it's like at some point people are like, what? This was my last camera, I'm gonna use on my mobile phone. That's it. At some point that happens. And not because like, there is not enough technology there. Technology is there. It's just that user interface and the company's attitude towards it. It's like, I'm gonna give you 30-minute recording limit. Why? Again, there was a law in European, but that law was removed like 2 years ago, like 3 at this point in time. Why the heck not every single camera has that? Like, that 30-minute limit. Again, you may say overheating, but again, let the customer take care of it now. Again, these also overheat, but they don't have limits. It's like, hey, if it overheats, you put a ice there, or you put a fan there, or you use it in a cold space and don't worry about it. Camera, they still have 30-minute limit. Why? Because of the customer. So this is why it makes me really happy. It's like, companies are actually listening to it. It's like, hey, Wi-Fi was not fast enough. Let's polish the Wi-Fi. Let's actually make sure the Wi-Fi is fast enough. It's one of those things. Hey, is it overheating? How about we add a case? That case has a basically a thermal dissipation module where you can utilize it far more efficiently. All these little things translates to a lot. Focus on usability rather than specs. This is one of the things that you have to understand. As you grow older, you no longer give a damn about like specs. You care, does it work? Does it work efficiently? I do not give a damn about anything else. And trust me, if you are not there, you will reach there. That's my guarantee. Like, you will understand why the heck people invest, like streamers invest so much money on like, Stream Deck, just to save time. Time is one of the things, only thing you cannot buy with money. So it is something that we take very seriously. So usability is far more important than like, oh, now we can do 8K and it, overheats in like 5 minutes. Yeah, that's one of the things. And they did not abandon their old model. The company literally has an easy way of saying, dude, if you connect the old one, it does not work. Then again, they would have defeated their own ethos of like, dude, what is the point of modular camera if I have to buy whole new modules every time? And I know for a fact if you do this once, you're gonna, even the new release will be like buy everything again. It, you know, defeats the purpose. Again, right now you can be damn sure the sensors work. You can be damn sure, again, even if tomorrow they release a third version and they're like, hey dude, this time you have to upgrade the core, you still have the ability of using the battery, still have the ability of using the sensors. So you get that point. Like, this is a really good way of approaching a company. And why this company is doing this? Well, one simple reason: they do not have the brand establishment of GoPro. So in a syncing marketplace, you really have to, you know, get out of the crowd. You really have to have an AI based cloning tool where it's like, again, this is from 360 lens, but you get that point. Like, these sort of things should be super easy to do. It is easy to do. This company is doing it. Every other company is like, you know what, no, let's F the customer. So that's why I'm really happy with the direction this company is going. Meaning, if any Tom, Dick and Harry buys this camera today, there's a very good chance the next version will also build upon it rather than just discarding it and buying a new one. So I'm really happy with this. I'm like pleasantly surprised that there is a company that's actually taking care of. It's like, hey, customer is flat out telling me what should we you know, do to in order to create sales. They are doing it. So that's awesome. Now, what about price? Again, at this point in time, because of the COVID thing, price is one of those things that I have let it go. I have let price go. Because I remember back in the days, there was a time where RTX 3070 is supposed to be cheap, but that era has long gone by. So even if I buy things at MSRP and MSRP is already inflated, I'm like, I just accept it at this point in time. It's like, and not to mention there is a war going on, so copper shortage is also there. So price is one of those things that I do not worry about anymore. It's like, you know, just that's the new reality, quote unquote. So this was my presentation on Insta360 One RS. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike. Press it twice to show me extra disappointment. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free. And as always, thanks for watching.